Now, I'm quite enjoying UEFA Champions League Fantasy at the moment. In Matchday 3, I scored 86 points, and I'm up to 20k overall now, which I think is pretty good for me. It's my first season playing, and in this video, we're going to go through my team selection for Matchday 4. So this is how the team did in Matchday 3. Like I said on the intro, we got 86 points. This is the team that I actually ended up doing. Obviously, a few players on the bench, but I'm quite pleased that I only had a couple of blanks. My goalkeeper, Mbappe, obviously Elise got 3. I'm not counting 3 as a blank. It's pretty much a blank, but it's not. My defence, Dumfries, I mean, what a beast. 18 points for him. Dan Burn with 8. Saliba with 6. Obviously, Saliba potentially carrying something for Arsenal at the moment, and also, in order to get the player I want, he could be the one I sacrifice. Enzo Fernandez, Çalhanoğlu, 6-pointer, Enzo with 8, and Yamal with 7. Up front, I had Kane as my captain. Didn't quite hit the heights of Osimhen, but I mean, I'll take what he did. I had a choice, basically, in Matchday 3 as to whether I'd buy Rashford for his good fixture or Osimhen for his good fixture. Rashford played first on the Tuesday night and scored 2 goals, and I was really scared. And then Osimhen started and thankfully also scored 2 goals. So ultimately, there wasn't really anything in that decision anyway. So I'm very happy with my 14-pointer for Osimhen. Mbappe, only 2 points for him, a blank. Best player in the world. I don't really care about a blank in 1 week. I don't think that's going to put me off having him as an option going forward. So yeah, all in all, 86 points in Matchday 3. Relatively happy with this team on the whole, but I think there is a couple of things that I want to change. We'll talk about that now. Right, so I've been basically playing this game so far with a handrail in these FPL Schaden projections. Now, what we've got here, this is dated 20th of October, so this is obviously the last match day in Champions League. The new ones haven't been tweeted out yet because of the day that I'm recording this video, but at the same time, I don't anticipate they're going to change all that much. And what it allows you to do, certainly looking at clean sheets, is look at the best defences to pick from, right? And the best defences for Matchday 4, the ones that I would want to pick out anyway, are Arsenal, Chelsea, Napoli, Inter, 0.68 chance of them, and they got ridiculous clean sheet odds, Newcastle, Atletico Madrid, and Villarreal. So looking at the clean sheet odds, or, likelihood of a clean sheet, these are the teams that are striking out, okay? And my defence currently consists of these players: Dumfries, Dan Burn, Dean Howson, Chalobah. So I've got good coverage of all of those teams, basically. I do have Saliba in as well at the moment, but in order to fund another move, you can see there I'm looking at buying a forward as well. I need to free up a little bit of cash. I've got $1 million spare in the bank if I do nothing, but I have to free up some more to buy the player that I want. And in order to do that, I think I'm going to downgrade Saliba to Yuri Timber. Now, I'm not wholly confident in this move, but I don't see a way across my back line where I can comfortably lose $1 million, if that makes sense. Like Dan Burn, House, and Chalobah are all 4.5. Dumfries a little bit more expensive, but then you look at the clean sheet odds that Inter have got, 0.68. I don't want to be going anywhere near getting rid of Dumfries ahead of Kairat Almaty, right? So the one that feels like he can go is Saliba, and certainly with the injury issues he's been dealing with in recent weeks, I don't think that's a terrible decision to make. And just in general, Arsenal are just the best defence, I think, probably in world football. I mean, you look at their clean sheet odds, in every one of their next 4 match days, it's 40% or above, 0.4 or above. So if I was selling Saliba, the only way I'm realistically going to do it is for another Arsenal defender. So yeah, move my mind up, Saliba to Timber, and that will allow me to upgrade one of my forwards. And obviously, we'll get to the forwards in a second. So we looked at clean sheet odds previously, and now we've got projected goals. And again, we'll look at the top teams. So top teams at the moment for projected goals, right? We've got Barcelona, Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Napoli, Inter, Tottenham, Atletico, Villarreal, and Monaco. Those are the teams to target in terms of attacking-wise, right? And there's one player that unfortunately I think I'm just going to have to be without this week. I'll talk about him in a second, but there is just one player I think I'm just going to have to suck it up and not have. In Matchday 5, I think, or 6, I think I'm going to use my Limitless. I think probably use it in 6 because I want to load up on Barcelona, and I might want to get rid of some of the other players I've got. Like, yeah, that might be something I consider. But anyway, there's one player that's going to have to not make it into my team that's quite high in terms of projected goals. But we look at my midfield currently, right? The 5 of Lamine Yamal, who's probably not going to be my captain, Michael Olise, Çalhanoğlu, Enzo Fernandez and Akliouche. I think I'm largely happy with these 5. The only one I'm not so happy with is Michael Olise versus Paris Saint-Germain, right? That's obviously a tough defence, tough team to play, and it's away from home. But at the same time, I wouldn't completely back against Michael Olise doing some damage against PSG. And also, I'd sell him this week and like immediately want him back with how good he's been. So the idea of selling a player only to bring him back the week after just doesn't make sense. And the rest of my, Çalhanoğlu's got the best fixture of all of them, Kairat Almaty. And you look at the projected goals, right? Inter were bossing it for clean sheet odds. Let's go back to the clean sheet odds quickly. There were 0.68 clean sheets. So 68% chance of keeping a clean sheet. And projected goals, they're projected to get 3.42 goals. Other than Arsenal and Matchday 8, that's the highest there is. So I'm not going to get rid of him. And I think I'm relatively happy with the rest of my midfield. Monaco were up there for projected goals, and I've got Akliouche. I think Enzo Fernandez against Qarabağ is pretty good. Yeah, largely happy with this midfield. So downgrading Timber was obviously to get a forward in. I don't think I need to make a transfer in my midfield, but the forward line is where it gets a little bit interesting. I'm going to swap Lautaro Martinez in for Osimhen. I think that move makes sense. It does look like Marcus Thuram's still injured at the moment, so Martinez is going to come in. It does feel a little bit silly doing a sideways move on an Arsenal defender just to fund this, but I just think that the goal potential that Martinez has is just outrageous, and I think he's going to do well. That does leave me, though, with no Erling Haaland, who has a good fixture, and I do have Harry Kane against PSG away and Mbappe against Liverpool away. Like I said, I still think these moves make sense. I guess it's just a question of, rather than downgrading Saliba, a defender, could I maybe downgrade one of Kane or Mbappe in order to get Haaland in instead? Well, I can't do that, though, because it's not a downgrade. They're the same price. You see the dilemma that I'm in? So I think basically I'm going to have to live with those 2 forwards with a relatively tough away fixture and not have Erling Haaland. It's painful, but I think it's the way the game has to be played with my team. If you've got any masterful suggestions for what I can do with my team, I'd be interested to hear it in the comments. But genuinely, I think this is the best thing to do. So just to recap the team then, I've got, well, a load of players that have really decent fixtures and clean sheet odds. So Dumfries, Danburn, Timber, Chalobah, Keepers, they're 4 million. I don't really care if they keep a clean sheet or not, to be honest. I think they'll do okay. Rulli's got Atalanta. Milenkovic's not got too bad of a fixture. Well, Milinkovic-Savic not got too bad of a fixture either. His name's not Milenkovic, it's Milinkovic-Savic, isn't it? Is what it is. Midfield, I'm very happy with. The only one I'm a little bit unsure of is Olise, but then again, I'd want him next week. So I can't just sell him 1 week to bring him back. I think I'm just going to have to stick him out versus PSG. And the forwards, I think I have to get rid of Osimhen, right? And Lautaro Martinez. I think it makes sense to bring him in. It's then a question, I guess, of what do I do with Kane or Mbappe? Do I take a hit? I don't really fancy a hit. I think I'm just going to... They're going to roll out against Liverpool and PSG, and I'm going to hope they can do something. So yeah, that's my team. 20k overall. And if regarding, unless there's any magic injury news that comes out before the deadline, I'm pretty sure those are the moves I'm going to make. All right, well, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. Quick little counter through my Champions League fantasy team for match day 4. If you enjoyed it, please leave me a like rate and let me know in the comments if you'd make any changes different to this team. I'd be interested to hear it. I'm not a European football expert. I'm playing the game using a model and a little bit of my own common sense. So yeah, that's how I'm doing it basically. It's my first season. I think it's going okay. And also let me know your rank in the comments as well. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the Golden Goal channel. It should be just there on your screen. And yeah, I think that's everything. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.